Hey everybody, I want you to head down to teespring.com and check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of Bondy's merch.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for the season finale of season 2 of T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle. Alright, so let's get into it. Latoya is spending some time with her mom at a spa on the side of a pool, I think. It was very nice. I was like, ooh, I want to go to the spa. I want to be on the side of a pool. I want to be on the beach. Latoya talks about how the doctors have really given up on Tommy's mom. And now it's just a matter of months before his mom, will probably pass away. And they showed us at the end of the episode that she passed away this year. So, it's very sad to see people succumb to cancer and, people that are still young and have so many years ahead of them. So, it was just sad, y'all. But either way, Tommy and Latoya want to have more kids. They want to extend their family. And in doing so, they now have to think about how they're going to do that. Because Latoya hemorrhaged very badly after she had her baby. She had postpartum hemorrhaging. So this is an issue. She has fibroids, and she has to make sure that if she's going to go through this, she understands the possibility of bleeding out again. The doctor, when she goes to the doctor with her homegirl, her doctor really strongly wants her to think about surrogacy and getting someone else to carry the baby for her because it can be too strenuous on her body and her health, and she wants to be here to raise her children. So, yeah, that's something for her and Tommy to have a conversation about. Monica and Toya go shopping, and what we get from this scene is that Monica wants all the girls to come with her to her stepfather's church. It'll be the first time that he's preached since he completed his radiation. So, it's a coming home service, and Monica wants all the girls to come and share in the spiritualness of it all, okay? And, everybody agrees they'll come. Toya talks about how Reginae is about to move in with her because her lease is up and she's searching for her first house. And she's also talking about the possibility of having a living babysitter with Reginae. I said, girl, it's not going to be like that. What is you talking about? Tiny is having a listening party for her music coming out, her new single music. She has a couple of singles that she's doing, and she's supposed to be releasing this music as a writer, her alter ego. And while she's having the listening party, did y'all see Diana from Dancing Dolls? She cool with everybody now. I see her all over the place. But they ask questions about Ryder after they play the music. Who is Ryder? How is she different from Tiny? And, how does that relate to the music? And Tiny is now rethinking going at this from that standpoint because this is her music. This is Tiny's experience. This is Tiny's relationship that she's singing about. So it probably is going to be better if she listens to what Tip told her from the very beginning, which was to release this music as Tamika. They also asked her about whether Tip approves her music and what's the process with that. And she was like, he was, in there on that one song, but to be honest, he don't do that with me. I said, yes. Okay, you don't worry about what I'm doing, and I'm not going to worry about what you're doing, okay? And when it comes to the music and the lyrics, need your approval for that shit? The fuck? What is this? 1960? What is this? 1955? What is this? T.I. and Messiah goes to meet with his philanthropic advisor so that they can talk about something to do in the community, specifically in his old neighborhood. He wants Messiah to realize that with great reward comes great responsibility, and he wants his son to see him in action helping people so that he will start to make up in his mind how he wants to do that for himself. So what they talk about and decide to do is to take a block and clean up that block and knock on doors, see if people need anything, and help people out in the neighborhood. That's what they plan to do. I think that's fantastic. I think there are a lot of neighborhoods and people who need help, who can't do things themselves because they might be older or disabled or just don't have the money for it. So I think that's a really awesome thing to do, and I love T.I. as a father when it comes to the lessons that he teaches his kids. One of the things, though, that he fails to realize is how his philandering ways will affect their relationships with women, will reflect their relationships as women for the daughters. You know what I'm saying? You never know how that's going to come out in the wash. Everybody is still relatively young, and you have so many kids. There are going to be at least 2 or 3 of them that go through some craziness in a relationship, and you are going to regret what you showed them as a father. I'm just going to say that and leave it right there. Okay, because I just can't go and talk about how great he is as a father without talking about this aspect of it, which I also think affects the way his children are going to be in their relationships. So y'all, Regine moves into Toya's house, and she has to give her the rules. No parties. You know, if you have your little boyfriend over here, he got to go home at a certain time. Don't be smoking weed in my house. You know, we're a healthy lifestyle home. Don't come in here with the foolishness. Don't come in my door at no any time. Regine wants to be free. And when Regine was a teenager, she didn't have a curfew. All she had was security following her everywhere. But now her mama wants her to come in her house at a certain time, and she don't know how she feel about that. And then of course Toya has to mention the babysitter thing, and Regine is like, "Girl, no." But that was the first thing she had to do, babysit. So she and Zonique have Eris and Rain over at Toya's house, and they supposed to be watching these kids. They playing with slime and all of that, and then Rain puts the slime in her mouth while they're on Instagram Live, and Toya was on the Instagram Live, so she called, "What are y'all doing? How you gonna be on Instagram Live and taking care of the baby? Okay, you got my baby back there choking, crying, and eating slime and shit. Get off the internet." Y'all, I was too tickled by that. That was hilarious. Them two little babies is the most adorable thing you'll ever see. Okay, when they was in the confessional and Eris was trying to, tickle Rain and trying to get her to open her mouth so she could see her teeth, and Rain was looking at her like, "Girl, please leave me alone." It was two kicks and too funny. Okay, I could not take it. The cutest little babies, and that Eris talks like an adult. And I love it. I love when babies know how to speak at an early age, and it's not all of that, incoherent Google Gaga shit. Like, you understand what she's saying when she's talking to you. T.I. and Tiny go to dinner, and they talk about how she wants to drop Ryder and just do her singles as Tiny. And he's like, "I wonder who said you should do it that way. I wonder." Because he didn't already told her. So now he going to rub it in her face a little bit. But the part of this conversation that was actually interesting was listening to T.I.'s ideals on religion. He sees religion as a scam. And he, sees preachers as men who are trying to took somebody, okay? Trying to get in your head so they can get your pockets. And I just kind of feel like that is very hypocritical of him. Okay, your music may not be religious, but people come to you for what comes out of your mind, what comes out of your spirit, what comes out of your emotions, what comes out of your mouth. Like, people come to you for those same reasons that they go to him. But somehow you think what you do is legit, and what, what Monica's stepdaddy isn't. I think there are some people that go into anything with bad intentions. Anything. They can go into being a preacher with bad intentions, go into music with bad intentions, and things will happen. But I think that ultimately there are people out there who feel what they are doing, who pray on what they do before they do it. And when they speak, they feel as if they're speaking from a place of connectedness with God. Instead of speaking from their own mind, they're speaking from a place of being moved or being made to think a certain way in that moment because of their relationship with God or with the higher being or what have you. But I just kind of feel like if you can say inspiring words to somebody in a song or period on Instagram, whatever, if you could invoke people to listen to what you have to say as it pertains to their lifestyles, how can you then look at a preacher like they messed up and you not, but you do the same thing? I guess because you feel like you're being upfront, so are they. Like, it is assumed to give the church money, right? The church has to run. The priest has to, the preacher has to live. I guess it's just me. So everybody goes to clean up the block. And it was cute. And it was heartwarming because they was doing something nice for people. But it was funny because there was, apparently some what they say was back there, y'all, some kind of animal that was back there, and they was running from it. Some cougars. It wasn't no cougars, it was something else. I can't remember, y'all. Either way, Latoya and Beatty was like, "Oh no, not this way at all, we're gonna go back that way." So that was funny. Tiny tells the girl she's performing as herself. T.I. shows the kids where his old house was, and then all the girls go to church together, and it's beautiful. The sermon for that day that Monica's stepdad did was just basically, don't give up on yourself. don't give up on you. Don't give up on, what your dreams are. Just don't give up. He just went through that with his cancer. He could have possibly just given up, but he didn't. And he's here to give another sermon another day and touch somebody else, So I think that was a beautiful thing. And Monica was tearing up and Toya was tearing up and Tiny was like, why am I the only one not tearing up? Like, what, did I miss something? Did the Holy Spirit pass right over me? I'm like, girl, it might have. Toya says that she was moved by the message of nobody being perfect because as it pertains to her life and relationships, she looks for perfection and by doing so ends up getting in her own way. Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. You just have to figure out, the goods and the bads, what you can take and what you can't take. Latoya tells the girls how she wants to have another baby, how they might be doing that through surrogacy. And Toya is like, well, girl, I might be having a baby at the same time as your surrogate. And they're like, girl, what you mean you about to have a baby? What you mean? And she like, no, but I feel like that's in the future. Tiny says, well, girl, I don't need no more damn kids. I need to get on birth control. I said, girl, who you telling? All them children. Even though that last one, we wasn't expecting Eris, but she is just the cutest little thing. And I think she might be the smartest baby any of y'all have ever had, okay? But, yeah, y'all don't need no more kids. So Tommy and Latoya finally talk about the surrogacy together on camera. And Tommy says that he is definitely okay with the surrogacy. Yes, he wants them to, at least think about if they should try to have the baby themselves. And Latoya was thinking about the same thing. She can't breastfeed. She's not going to experience the pregnancy. Like, at the end of the day, women want to experience that connection with their children. And when they can't, they can feel like they lost out on something. So they have not made their decision, but they do decide to meet with the surrogates and see if anybody feels good to them, just to be informed and see what's out there. But Tommy says that Latoya's safety is what's most important at the end of the day. So yeah, they gonna go ahead and work that out. So y'all, T.I.'s lake house renovation is finally done, okay? And when Tiny comes in, you think she wasn't going to like it, but she does. She loves it. She says, oh my God, this is so nice. She really liked it because she felt like he decorated it with her in mind, and that made her feel good. And I was like, yes, it made it feel like he wanted her to come back and be back in his space and be back in a home together, and the remainder of the kids, the ones that's not grown and moving out like Messiah and Zonique, all of the other kids are gonna move back into the lake house. So even though, don't nobody feel like dealing with all of y'all disturbing the peace, he's happy to have his family back. And she's happy to have him back. Y'all, that closet was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like it was a library for clothes and shoes. I thought it was cool. I do like the dark colors that they had in the home, but when I think I saw the foyer or entryway that was dark, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I'm a light, bright type of person. I do like a bedroom to be dark, you know what I'm saying, like a movie room, like a zen, certain room bathrooms, certain rooms like that you might want to do a dark color, but like open entryway spaces, I just be wanting light and but that's just me. It's not my house, it's his. But I did like it, and I did think it was nice. Just not my style, that's all. So everybody's gonna have family dinner at the lake house. I'm excited. Why they didn't show us the lake? I wanted to see the lake. So the girls go boxing and talk about how, Latoya is scared to get pregnant because of the fibroids and the hemorrhaging and all of that. And then Toya says that Regine found her house, thank you, Jesus. And they box. And I was like, Toya's gonna beat somebody's ass. Toya was quick, I'm saying, like quick moves. Okay, I was there for it. All right. It looked like they was gonna get in that ass if you met the right one. Get in that ass. Monica couldn't participate because her foot still kind of messed up. So they decide that later they gonna go shoot paintballs at their issues so that they could do something she could do. So Latoya is rehearsing for a tiny show, and she's having mommy brain and having a few problems remembering some of the lyrics to the song, but she's gonna work it out. Tiny comes in and she's nervous about performing alone for the first time. So everybody's having anxieties about this performance. They stressing out. Latoya knows exactly how she feels though, because she went through this when she went solo after Destiny's Child. She tells her how she plans to interview the surrogates. They're actually about to do that the next scene. with Tommy, and Tiny figures out, because she didn't realize that you can actually know beforehand if the egg is going to be male or female, and then you can just insert that one, if you want a boy, and they want a boy because they already have their girl. So they have the interview day, and Tommy comes downstairs in a linen dress jacket with no shirt under it, and I like boy stupid as hell, boy. That boy funny. I think he funny. Whop it, boy. That boy funny. Anyway, so they get all of the people to come in. They have all these different people, a couple of black ladies, a white lady. So they asking questions. Do you do drugs? Will you have twins? Will you give us a 2-for-1 if you do have the twins? Are you comfortable having a black baby to the white lady? She was like, yes. I mean, I feel like, why would you show up if you didn't want to have a black person's baby? That's just dumb. Latoya is still sad about the possibility of not having the physical part of having a baby. The pregnancy and the breastfeeding and all of that. But the doctor did assure her that there are people who don't breastfeed and they still have great relationships with their children. So she shouldn't feel like she has to do that in order for she and her child to bond. I'm about to tell you, look at Gabrielle Union and their baby. So Monica is about to go on a 40-city tour, and they just added, I think, 20 more because her single has been doing so good. So everything is good in the business world of Monica. And even though she, her body was kind of telling her to slow down, the business is speeding up. So she has to get out there and get on the road and do her shows. So all of the girls meet up before everybody, departs. Monica goes on a tour and all of that so that they can shoot their issues. And Monica has somebody's wedding dress because she said her wedding dress was too good to waste like that. Maybe her daughter will want it one day. Okay, I'm like, girl, I know that's the truth. Ain't nobody about to, girl, no, not that dress. All right, look, your dress, my dress, too expensive. Ain't nobody got time for that. Tiny has a picture of her old house, so that she can let that go and move back into the home with Tip. And Latoya has a negative vision board, just, with things on it, fear and things she's trying to get rid of and conquer. And then Toya had jars that had anger and fear and disappointment or, something like that on them. So they had to shoot those things and get that off their chest. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I like to shoot shit too. So that looked fun to me. Toya and Red go to get matching tattoos to get Rain tattooed on their arms. And Red wants Toya to change her last name to Rushing so that she and Rain can have the same last name. Toya says, you know what, babe? I've been doing a lot of work on myself. And I think I'm ready for that. I think I'm ready for at least that. She sees marriage in the future for them. And before, she was scared of marriage. She was scared that they were going to, go down the same path as her previous marriages and things of that nature. But she says they're going to be running down the aisle soon, girl. And he's ready for another kid. And she might be ready for another kid too. So we'll see where this goes with Toya and Red. But I wish them all the love and happiness. Yes. Monica and her kids get on a tour bus, and I'm like, that is so cool that they, all three of them go on tour with her. I think that's awesome. And Toya drives by to see her before she goes, and Monica won't make it to Tiny's show, so, she says to send her a video and everything of Tiny's performance. And then we get to Tiny's show. And Tiny has Tamika Scott there performing first, and she was, that girl was getting it. I was like, damn, bitch, you better do all of that and don't get out of breath. Tip is there to make her nervous. She says when he's there, she just gets even more nervous. Latoya goes on stage, and we thought she wasn't going to do good, but she tore it down, okay? And then Tiny got on stage, and she had smoke and the lights and had the hat on, and it was just very cool, a very nice performance. Sometimes I disconnect her personality and her vocals as far as how she talks from the way she sings. I'll forget sometimes. I'm like, who is that I'm listening to? Like, you can't always tell that that's Tiny from her voice. I think her voice changes a bit when she sings. But anyway, y'all, everything went nice. The performance was great. Everybody enjoyed themselves. And then everybody has family dinner at T.I.'s house, and it's, a catered event. It looks very nice. All of the family is there. His mom and Tiny's mom and everybody's there. All of the kids are there. And y'all, when Eris got mad because she couldn't have ice cream before string beans, and then she didn't want to hold nobody's hand and say grace, and T.I. said that, I know you're upset, but it'll pass. he said it'll pass, and she said, but I can't do it when when it was time to pray and hold hands, and they was like, just hold your hand out, you can do it. So she held the hand out, and then they prayed. Oh, good girl. I was like, if the mind tricks ain't on it, okay. I thought that was too cute and too funny. I could not take it. Even though it's a wonderful moment, everybody's annoyed, okay? T.I. is annoyed with all of the kids and everything, and Major is annoyed that all of these people are in the house at one time. Everybody's so damn loud. It's just too much. But anyway, once they sit at the table, everybody's enjoying each other's company, rejoicing in the triumphs. King has passed his freshman year with a passing grade, so he's about to be a sophomore. Messiah's moving out. Eris is ready to go to school too. Okay, she said, I'm ready to go to school so I can be a big girl. I say, all right, girl. I love it, okay? I love this show. I think this show is one of the best shows that they have on TV that's not about all of the drama and just kind of about family dynamics and friendships and people going through real shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Monica and her marriage dissolving. We may not have gotten all of the details, but we could see that it affected her and that she's getting past it by shooting up somebody's cheap wedding dress, okay? Toya has finally moved into a space where she can accept the love that Red is giving, whether that's having another child, getting married, changing the last name, but some type of commitment to one another that she was scared to do in the first place. Tiny is moving back in with Tip, so they getting into a better place. I'm like, child, I hope so, because she posted some shit on social media not too long ago, so you never know what's going on with them. I just hope they stay in the same house this time. And Latoya, with everything that went down with her mother-in-law, and now they're trying to expand their family so that they can, focus on the future and just kind of let go of that pain in some type of way. I feel like when your parents die, it's easier when you have children. At least that's what my mom said. She said having me and my sister and having us to worry about made her not feel as bad as she wanted to feel. She had to pull herself together because of us. They'll be all right. But yeah, y'all, that's the season finale, y'all. I'm glad I'll have a break on Mondays from all of the videos. But I appreciate everybody who watched this video, who enjoys this show. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.